What is an equation of the line that passes through the point -6, -7, and is perpendicular to the line 6x plus 5y equals 30? Step 1 is to find the slope of the given line by writing it in slope-intercept formula. And the given line is 6x plus 5y equals 30. So in order to find the slope, I need to write this in slope-intercept formula, which means I need to get y by itself. So if I subtract 6x from both sides, I know I can get rid of all the x's on the left because 6x minus 6x is 0. So I'm left with 5y is equal to -6x plus 30, and I cannot combine those two terms. Now I have 5 times y on the left side, but I only want it to be 1y. And the way I can get it to be 1y is 5 divided by 5. So if I divide by 5 there, I need to divide by 5 on each term. And I know that 5 divided by 5 is just 1, so I have 1y is equal to -6 over 5 times x plus 30 divided by 5 is 6. Yeah, it is. So I know that the given slope is equal to -6 over 5. That means the perpendicular slope would be the opposite reciprocal of this. So the opposite reciprocal of that would become 5 over 6, and it would become positive. So now I know that this is going to be my slope. So I'm going to call this m. And my point that I'm given, I'm going to name it x1, y1. And the point that I was given was -6, -7. And so now I'm going to take this information and plug it in. That was step 2. I know which slope my line is going to have. Now I'm on to step 3. I'm going to plug in the given point and my slope into point slope formula. Point slope formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So if I plug in my values of 5 over 6 and -6 and -7, this would become y minus y1, which is -7, is equal to m, which is now 5 over 6 times x minus x1, which is -6. Again, I'm being careful to write this as minus a negative so I don't get confused. But I know that minus a negative is the same thing as addition, so I'm going to rewrite the left side as y plus 7 is equal to 5 over 6 times x plus 6. Now I'm going to distribute this whole fraction into the parentheses. So I'm distributing this entire 5 over 6. When I do that, that gives me y plus 7 is equal to 5 over 6 times x plus 5 times 6 over 6. But I know that 6 divided by 6 is just 1. And this means that 5 times 1 is just 5. So I'm going to let those 6's cancel each other out. And I'm left with y plus 7 is equal to 5 over 6x plus 5. Now all I need to do is get y by itself by subtracting 7 from both sides. 7 minus 7 is 0. Now I have y by itself, and it is equal to 5 over 6x. And then positive 5 minus 7 would put me in the negatives at -2. And now I have the slope of a line. And I know that this line is perpendicular because the slope of my line is the opposite reciprocal of the given line. And I know that it crosses through my point because I plugged in this to be my point for point slope formula. That means we're done.